Hello students, coming to the second part of bleaching of discolored tooth. We have covered till now the various techniques for bleaching of a vital tooth. Now coming to the bleaching of non-vital tooth. It is also called as a walking bleach or at-home walking bleach technique. It involves use of chemical agents within the corneal portion of an endodontic treated tooth to remove the tooth discoloration. Indications: discoloration of pulp chamber, dentine discolorations, discoloration not amenable to extracorneal bleaching, contraindications: superficial enamel discoloration, defective enamel formation, severe dentine loss, presence of caries, discolored composites. Steps for walking bleach. Here we are basically using sodium perborate, which it is a powder, as I have already explained in the previous lecture. It comes in three forms: sodium perborate monohydrate, trihydrate, and tetrahydrate. Basically all these three are different in the amount of the uh, peroxide content they release. So this is a white powder, stable powder, and it can be mixed with the your normal with the your distilled water, with your hydrogen peroxide, or with your anesthetic agent also, to form a paste like uh, powder, and that paste can be placed into the chamber. Steps for it is: take a radiograph to assess the quality of obturation first of all. Evaluate the quality and shade of the restoration if present. If restoration is defective, replace it. Evaluate tooth color with shade guide, as we are doing in all the techniques of bleaching. Isolate it with rubber dam. Re-establish the access cavity. Remove the corner gutta perca. Expose the cavity and refine the cavity. Seal the orifice of the root canal with at least 1 mm intracorneal barrier over the gutta perca to prevent percolation of the bleaching agent in the apical area. Otherwise, it may cause external cervical root resorption. GAC, region modified GAC, CAVIT, or MTA can be used for this to make a barrier. MTA is a better or superior properties. The level of the barrier material should be 1 mm incisor to the cemento enamel junction. It is important to confine the bleaching agent to the crown of the tooth above the level of bone. Then mix sodium perborate with the distilled water or with your anesthetic agent, or you can also mix it with the hydrogen peroxide 3%. Carry that thick paste into pulp chamber. Make sure the entire facial surface of the pulp chamber is covered with the paste. Then place the small cotton pellet slightly moistened with hydrogen peroxide over the bleaching paste. Seal the SS cavity to a thickness of 3 mm using an adhesive material. The maximum bleaching effect is attained about 24 hours after the treatment. Patient should return in 3 to 7 days for evaluation of the result. If too dark shade, additional bleaching or additional setting may be needed. If shade is too light, the tooth should be permanently restored. But before restoring the tooth with the composite restoration, we have to remove all the free radicals present in the dentine by catalyst therapy, or you can wait for 7 days to fill the cavity with a permanent restorative material such as composite. This is the diagram showing the walking bleaching technique, or here you can see that with the help of the round burr we are removing the gutta perca to the level of the cement enamel junction, and after that removing the gutta perca we are placing a corneal barrier at the cement enamel junction at least 1 mm above the cement enamel junctions, and then we are placing your this bleaching paste, that is your sodium perborate with distilled water. Over it is a moist cotton containing hydrogen peroxide, and over it is a 3 mm temporary restorative material. This is again a diagram showing the same technique. Then is your thermocatalytic bleaching in office technique for non-vital teeth. After preparation of the tooth, as previously described, a loose mat of cotton is placed on the leaf surface and another is placed in the pulp chamber of the tooth to be bleached. The cotton mats are saturated with 30% hydrogen peroxide. The solution is activated by exposing it to the light and heat from a powerful light. The tooth is subjected to usually 5 to 6 minute exposures, and one replenishes the bleaching solution in frequent intervals. On completion of the bleaching, a pellet of cotton moistened with hydrogen peroxide or sodium perborate is sealed in the pulp chamber until the following appointment. Complications of intracorneal bleaching, as I have already discussed, that it may cause external root absorption. Since hydrogen peroxide is a caustic material, it can cause chemical burns to the mucosa if your mucosa is not protected. So here we need a Vaseline also, and some liquid rubber dam or rubber dam application is must for to completely sealing the tooth from the surrounding adjacent soft tissues. And it may interfere in the resin polymerization that I have also already discussed, that we need to wait for composite restoration to be placed at least 7 days in order to nullify the effect of the remaining nascent peroxide radicals in the tooth, or you can go for a catalyst therapy also. Thank you.